Hey YouTube! So today we are going to talk about something a little more somber and a little less to do with water aerobics. For those of you who don't live in Texas, you probably aren't aware, but we are currently suffering from some very, very severe wildfires. The nearest one to me personally is the one in Bastrop, which is 16 miles wide, no, 16 miles long and 6 miles wide, which is huge. And lots of people have had to evacuate and whatever. And there are other wildfires that have been cropping up near Austin, about in San Antonio, and in Houston even, which is kind of surprising because you wouldn't really think that they would have a whole lot of wildfires over there. But they're happening everywhere. There have been a lot of outbreaks of wildfires. And so we're going to talk about that today because it's something that I was just introduced to this morning, which is really freaky because one of the fires in San Antonio was literally like within miles of my home, or where I grew up, my parents' home, whatever you want to call it. And the first that I had heard about it was way after I could have done anything. Not that I'm a firefighter, but still. So here's the deal. When it's really, really hot, and by really, really hot, I mean more than 100 degrees for like 2 months straight, every day, and you don't get any rain, really, because it's really, really hot and the sun is out all the time and there's just not rain, everything dries up and it dies. And it turns this really ugly brown color, and it crunches when you walk on it, and it's not very pretty, and no one wins prettiest yard. And when you live in the middle of, land or whatever, and you don't get rain for a really long time, you get put on water restrictions because you're working with the water that is in an aquifer, or that's in some sort of deep land system, and you don't have rivers nearby or whatever that you can get fresh water from. So as a result, to try and conserve water, you only get to water your yard on certain days, which means everybody's yard is dead and all of the fields are dead for the most part. Some fields might still be alive and growing, but for the most part there's a lot of space that's just dead and dying and very, very dry. All of our trees are pretty dry right now, and they're all not looking too good. The ones that aren't on fire anyway. And so you take all of that and you add wind, humans, and more wind, and dead fields, and you get wildfires. Because some human who maybe, I don't know, leaves a cigarette butt out or accidentally sparks something electrically can lead to an entire wildfire that's uncontained, and there aren't enough firefighters to even try and contain it. And right now the best that they can do is get people to get out of the way, and some people are literally leaving their homes with the clothes on their back, and they're not going to have anything to go back to. They're going to lose all of their memories, all of their photographs, their computers, their clothing, their homes. Everything is just going to be gone. And we don't even know, as far as the Bastrop fire is, we don't even know when it's going to be contained, if we can contain it, or how many people it's going to affect. A lot of people have been evacuated and were sent to local barns and whatever, nearby, not too far away, and now those barns have been put in the way of the fire, and so people are having to relocate a second time, and it's very scary. So that's something that I wanted to make you all aware of, because there's a lot of people down here who are going to need help eventually, and so if you could think of them and remember them and be thankful for what you have, because you never know when it might not be there. And that's really scary. And it's really horrifying to think that, if these fires get really out of control, that, we could have smoke problems. And, I don't think that my particular city is going to be in any kind of danger, but seeing all of the stuff in the background behind me and thinking about it in flames is kind of creepy, and kind of devastating. So please think about all of the people in Texas who are suffering from the fires. And yes, Texas is huge, and there are a lot of people who are not in danger and who probably won't be in danger at all. But think about us, and don't try not to start any fires, because that's just not a good idea. Anyways, that's the update for today. Sorry this video ran a little bit longer than usual. I hope everyone's having a good day, and I will talk to you all on Thursday. Bye guys. Hopefully by then fires are under control.